Well, Jurgen, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to sit here for the last couple of weeks and relive your journey to Madrid in the final. I remember at the time you described the overriding emotion as relief when you went in and spoke to the press afterwards. A year on from that final, how would you describe the emotion now?
I know that it was one of the greatest nights of my life. I think I said it after the game as well. Yes, the immediate first feeling after the game, it was relief 100%. It was I felt him directly for Maurizio. Went to him, gave him a hug, and it's like a strange situation where you are in between being happy and really feeling for another person. Because I knew that day how he felt. But it's how I said, after that, all the next few days were some of the best of my life, 100%, because it's so big, it's so massive. I tried it with different teams so often. And I, as a human being, of course, I knew that reaching a final is big, but without winning it, it's not the same. And it was a while ago that I felt that I get the full package, like being in the final and winning the final. So it was a very, very special moment.
And I suppose you get to celebrate really in two very different ways. You get the kind of public celebration with your players, and we get to see a lot of that. But also there's the much more private celebration with your family. I remember also you spoke about your family quite quickly after the final whistle, didn't you? Your thoughts were with them because they'd been with you through that whole journey.
Oh yeah, for 20 years, and I forgot the number already, but I think I lost 5 or 6 finals before that. So, and you can imagine, I'm a professional football manager. So, one of the things I have to accept is that you can lose games. So that's I learned that pretty early. And for a family, it's more difficult. So they are really involved in all the things. They celebrate the Barcelona game. I remember I met my 2 sons after the when we lost 3-0 at Barcelona, and they were really down. They were really down. I was in a good mood actually, because I loved the game we played there, but they were really down because for them it's all about winning. For me, it's a little bit more about performing as well. So I was fine. They weren't, and I knew that it means the world to them. That for my wife and the 2 boys, that my sisters, my mother, and all that stuff. It was so big. You can imagine, and that's what comes up in a moment like this, or at least for me.
And when you sort of allow yourself to just reminisce and think back to that night, what is the memory that tends to crop up in your mind?
The wonderful Divock Origi goal, because it was not our best game. It was not the best game of Tottenham. It was a final, and we had to learn as a team. We had to learn that you can win these kind of rather average games on this high level. When you play for pretty much everything, you have to accept that you don't have to perform you don't have to show your best. You have to show the things which are needed that day. And in that moment, I knew when Divock scored the goal, I knew for tonight it is enough. So we will win this thing, and that was my biggest memory all the time. But in this moment, it was done for us, job done, and I really loved that.
An amazing moment for him. The same applies as well to one of your other strikers, Mo Salah, because of course it was a year before that in the final when he got the injury to his shoulder, and I remember him walking off the pitch crying that night, and it kind of felt 12 months on like a really seminal moment in his career to return to that stage, and this time do the
the goal has the same importance. Of course, it's exactly the same. It's just after 2 minutes, so everything can happen after that. So it was incredible. And would I want to be as a human being in the situation that you have to to shoot a penalty in the final? I'm not sure anymore. As a player, I was fine with that. Meanwhile, I don't know anymore. So these boys, they want to be in the middle of interest, in the middle of the tension, and he proved that so often that he's made for these kind of things. And I was really happy for him because it was a tragic story the year before. We all know what happened there, and then that you can come back and sort the things, put it right. That's wonderful. And there were so many, for Mo especially as well, were so many difficult moments in that season. We lost 3-0 at Barcelona, where he has a big chance to score the 3-1. I think it was that moment when he hit the post. Then Cannot played the second game. And then when you could see his relief after we won against Barcelona, and he knew I will be in the final again, so I get another chance. It's great from a human perspective.
And if you're talking about, bouncing back from adversity, when you win a final, people forget what's happened just before. But what did happen just before was you missing out on the Premier League title to Manchester City by the narrowest of margins. Was there any fear in your mind that your players might struggle to recover from that in time to play in the final and to win it?
In that season, we got 97 points, and we didn't get 97 points with constantly brilliant football. The boys played a lot of brilliant football in that season, but not all the time. So we got more and more used to the fact that you have to win the average games as well. So, and I knew we are in that part now more experienced than Tottenham. So I was not worried about my players. You never know before a game, so everything can happen. But I was not worried about my players. To be 100% honest, I was worried a little bit about me. Just how will I feel in these hours before the game? I think I said that before already, that I was not 100% sure how will I be in these 3-4 hours when you prepare the meeting, but you are alone in the room, and then all these things come up. So usually I don't care that I lost finals, but in this moment I thought maybe it comes up and I will struggle a little bit, but I didn't. I fell asleep actually and had a proper 2.5 hour nap or so. And when I woke up, I thought, oh, I still feel good. So everything will be all right. It's just football, and let's give it a try. We gave it a try, and we won it. And then it took a while until I could sleep again. So it was a very good idea to have a 2-hour nap, and so because I didn't get a lot of sleep in the night after the game.
Amazing. And I'm not sure which room you're recording this in for us, but on the wall behind you, a permanent reminder of not just what it means to you, but also with the number 6 on there, what it means to a club with such a rich history in European competition.
True. I have a lot of things from that day, to be honest. So this is a present what I got right over there. If you could see the trophy, if I would move the laptop now. I usually don't collect these things, but this moment, we tried it so often and so hard, and I thought we need a few memories. I have one of a big picture of the parade, which is incredible with all the flares and stuff like this around. So it's hanging around in the house as well. So it was a special night, and we took a few things to make sure we will never forget it, even if we probably don't need it because it's so special.
Well, it was an amazing night. It was an incredible journey, the way that you got there as well. And it's nice to see that on your wall, yes, you can remind yourself of that every day. It's not a bad thing to have up there, is it? And thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us. And I wish you the best of luck, until this shutdown is over and we can all get back to celebrations on a football field.
That would be great. Wish you all the best. Take care.